Alright, hey, Hazemega here. So this video is going to tell you, it's going to explain the tires I will be using for my track wheel building project. Alright, so it's coming to a close. Alright, I've got the wheels pretty much laced up, and it looks like they're trued up pretty well. So my original plan was to use this tire, alright, the Dunlop Moto3, alright, Dunlop Moto3. Alright, it's a this one is a 90-80-17, alright, slick. They use it to race in Moto3, MotoGP, Moto3, you know, those kind of races. And so, like, it's hard to find, like, racing rubber for the Sur-Ron, is what I want to say, right? Especially in the stock Supermoto size, alright? So, Hazemega built a wheel so I can use these tires, but however, I found out that you can't use, I can't use the 115, alright? So they make them in two sizes. They make it in a 90 and they make it in a 115, alright? And unfortunately, I went on the website and I was like, well, they don't recommend using it on a 17-inch, like a 2.5-inch wide rim. So I've got a 2.15-inch, alright? That's the stock size Sur-Ron Supermoto wheel. And then I've got a 2.5-inch XL. I have a XL Takasago 2.5-inch wheel. So I'm running 2.15 in the front and 2.5 in the rear, right? And unfortunately, it's not wide enough to which is kind of weird, because I think you can put I'm pretty sure you can put a 120 on a 2.5-inch rim. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but they don't, according to the website, they don't recommend it. So we'll go check out the website right now. And there is another option that I can go with, but I'm going to tell you, well, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to just run 2 of these tires is what we're going to do. Hazemega's going to buy 2 of the same tires, and then we're going to flip the rear tire, alright? So this is a front tire, alright? This 90 width tire is a front tire, alright? So all we got to do is put this one on the right way on the front, and then flip it over on the back and install it, all right? And then we're good to go, right? I'm not really sure how that works out. Like, there's no tread on it or anything, but what I heard is, like, they designed the wheel to be able to handle the forces going in a certain direction. Okay, so in the front, on the front, the forces that you're exerting on the tire are the braking forces, right? And then in the rear, the major forces that you're exerting is the acceleration forces, all right? So that's why you got to flip the tires around. They're designed to work in a certain direction. So it's not just a tread thing, since the tires don't have tread, right? But anyway, yeah. So if you want it to handle properly, you gotta flip the rear. And I know a lot of older bikes, a lot of like kind of vintage bikes, that's what they do. They run the same size tires, so I think it'll be okay. But let's go to the website and I'll explain why I'm doing this. All right. Okay, here's the Dunlop Racing website. All right, you can buy these tires from DunlopRacing.com directly from them. All right, I just ordered one today, July 8th. So because I have that one front tire, but I don't have one for the back. So now Hazemega was trying to decide what we're going to do, and I think we're just going to go with that. All right, so there it is. I got it for $125. All right. However, to ship, there's a flat rate shipping fee of $20. So I might want to look somewhere else to see if they stock these tires and they don't charge the shipping fee. But as far as I know, I don't think anybody else. I think there's a couple places that sell it, but I think they're going to charge you shipping anyways too. So okay, okay, let's go to the Moto3 tire website. Okay, if we go over to tires, there's the Moto3. All right, there it is, Moto3. That's the one that we're looking at. All right, and I will also look at Supermoto. All right, so Supermoto has a tire that we could use also. All right, so if you look down here, this is the technical data for that tire. All right, so this is the tire that I bought. All right, the 90/80/17. It's a front tire. All right, they're both soft compounds. All right, so Moto3s, I guess these bikes, they're smaller tires. They're bikes that don't have as much horsepower as, you know, like a liter bike or something, so they don't need like different tire compounds and stuff. All right, so the tire compounds are the exact same. They're both soft. So and if you look at this little graph, this graph here, all right, it's geared towards max grip, all right, instead of longevity. But I'm pretty sure, like on a bike like the Suron, it'll last a long time on the Suron. All right, but here it is. So the compounds are exactly the same, so it doesn't really matter what, you know, where you use it. That's what I would say. Like, they don't have a harder compound for the back, because the back, you know, that's where all the power goes. But no. Okay, so the recommended rim size for the front is a 2.5, all right, and the rim range is 2.15 to 2.5. So guess what? Hayes Mega has a 2.15 for the front and a 2.5 for the rear. That's like perfect, guys. I could use it on the front and the rear. All right, it's both of them, and so it's 88 millimeters wide and it's 578 millimeter diameter. And then they got the tire pressures right here. So we'll be going off of these tire pressures when we're at the racetrack. All right, so we'll probably use 28. I'm thinking maybe we'll go 20. It's usually higher in the front, right? So we'll go 28 in the front and then 26 in the rear, I guess. But those are the tire pressures right there. All right, and then here we got the rear tire for the Moto3. The rear tire is a 115/75/17. All right, so it's quite a bit wider. That's what I want to say. The widest I fit on a Suron before is 100. All right, and it's like fits like barely. All right, the chain is kind of almost rubbing on it. All right, they're same compounds. However, the recommended rim size is 3.5 inches. All right, that's like an inch bigger than 2.5, and then the recommended rim range is 2.75 to 3.5. So even, well, you know, 2.75 is pretty close to 2.5. I'm not gonna lie. All right, but anyway, the width is 113 millimeters, the diameter is 601, and these are the tire pressures. All right, so that is my reasoning for going with the two front tires instead of getting the front and the rear. Okay, and also another good reason to go with the front is we're gonna have less interference. All right, we won't. I don't think our Hayes Mega is gonna have to dish that wheel, because it'll fit. Because the Suron already runs a 90. All right, the rear is already a 90 on the Suron, so it'll be right at home. All right, and so we've got a 2.5 for the front and 2.15 for the front and a 2.5 inch for the rear. So okay, so does it worry me that we're using the same size tire for the front and back? A little bit. All right, so from what I understand, there's three different configurations you could run the motorcycles in. All right, most motorcycles are run in a staggered with the wider tire being in the rear. All right, if you look at probably most of the motorcycles out there, the wider tire is in the rear and the skiddier tire is in the front. Okay, so if it's like that, it makes the bike understeer more. All right, that's what I understand. If you have a wider rear tire than the front, it makes the bike understeer more. It wants to push out. The front wants to push out more. It makes the bike harder to turn. Okay, and we kind of don't want that. We want the bike to turn easily. All right. Now if you have it the opposite, you have the wider tire in the front and the skinnier tire in the rear, it's gonna make it unstable at higher speeds. That's what I understand. The back will have less traction. It will oversteer. Like it'll slide a lot, basically. All right. And like, so we kind of want something in between. If both of the tires are the same width, then it makes it turn better, all right, than if it was staggered for the rear, and it also makes it they said it makes it unstable at high speeds. However, the Suron, really, I mean, I don't think we're going to be hitting like bet he speeds faster to like 60 miles an hour on the racetrack, man. Like maybe 70 is the max, you know, but good luck. That had to be like a big track to be able to hit 70 on my Sauron anyways, you know. Or maybe somebody else's Sauron could do like 80 on the track, you know. But okay, so that's my reasoning why saying maybe we should just go with the same size tire front and back. So one of the rims is 2.15 and the other is 2.5. So it's actually going to be a little bit staggered, all right? Because the rear rim is going to stretch the tire out more, and it's probably going to squish the profile just a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit, all right? And then the front tire is going to have a more kind of pointy profile because it's the rim is narrower, okay? So it's going to be like kind of point out. It's going to stick out a little more, and it's going to go up a little more. Something, all right? And the rear, it's going to stretch a little more. So the profile, so it's going to be like a teeny tiny bit like wider in the rear, just because we got a wider rim in the rear, all right? But supposedly this tire is designed for a 2.5-inch wheel, so that is the reasoning why I'm going with two of these instead of the 1.115, and also the clearance issue, so the chain doesn't rub on the tire, all right? We'll have 0 chain rubbing issues with this, okay? And I think it should fit the fork just fine. Okay, there's one more tire that I could have chose, all right? We go to tires here, and we go to Supermoto, all right? If you go into the Supermoto wheel section, they sell the KR448 and the KR451, all right, right here. All right, if you go here, they got 3 different sizes for the KR448, and that's the 110 70 17. That is the other rear tire that we could have used, all right? Here's the compound. It kind of looks like it has about the same compound as what's on the other tire, all right? You want the front to be stickier normally. And then it's a 110 70 17. And the recommended rim size is a 3 inches, or a 3-inch. However, the rim range says 2.5 to 3.5. All right, so at the very limit, we can put that 110 on that 2.5-inch rim, and it'll be fine. Okay, so we could have ran a 110. This probably, you know, if you wanted to run that wider setup, then this is the tire that you could have used. All right, Hazy Mega. Also, it's still a front tire. We would still need to flip it if we used it in the rear. Okay, and it's 108 millimeters wide, and it looks like it runs higher tire pressures than the other tires. I would run the lowest tire pressure because this is designed for a much heavier bike, is all I'll say. Okay, that's the only other tire I think that we could have ran. All right, this one, the 115. Well, the 115 we couldn't run because it doesn't fit. It's wider than this tire. All right, so this one is a little bit narrower. Okay, it's 5 millimeters narrower, is what I say. So, and like it. You could put it on a 2.5. They say like you could put it on a 2.5-inch rim, then that's fine. All right, 2.5 to 3.5, with 3 being the recommended rim size. All right, but you could put it on 2.5 is what it's saying. So this is the other tire that we could have got. All right, and I believe this tire is $145, so it's like $20 more. So it would be $165. I think if you order both of the tires, you only have to pay shipping once. I'm not sure. They just like kind of just stick them together, I bet. So if I ordered them at the same time, probably would have been better. All right. But yeah, so for the Supermoto wheel, we could use the 110. All right. Oh yeah. So if you go on 73motoparts.com, they sell these. Well, they do sell the Moto3 right here. All right, but they also sell these PMT racing slicks. All right, and they're for Moto3s also. So Moto3 4 5 says GP125. All right. And they have them in the same sizes. So regardless, we couldn't run this one anyway. But yeah, if I wanted to try a different tire, I can also try these PMT slicks. Okay, but I think we're gonna go with the Dunlop this time. I think that the Dunlop is a little cheaper, just a little, like $10 cheaper. Okay, all right. So this is another tire option that we could use. These PMT tires. All right. They've also got rain tires too. Oh yeah, we could try rain tires also. That would be, man, they're expensive, but you have to buy these in a set. These ones they sell one at a time. Like so we could just buy 2 of these, you know. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to give out another option I could go with these rims. Okay, so that's that 110 tire. All right, so those are the three. Those are the three options that we could. The two options that we could have used for the rear. Okay, this one we have to use this one on the front. They don't have anything skinnier or bigger than this. All right, they don't have like 100 size. I don't think you want to run a really wide tire on the front. Is what I want to say. All right, but that's what you got to do to get that sticky rubber for the Sur-Ron. All right, if you're going to be racing it on a kart track. All right, they don't. The problem is they don't really sell like really sticky tires for the tire sizes the Sur-Ron uses, all right? Unless you're run like a 12 or something, and 12s aren't good for riding in the dirt, from what I heard. But anyway, so there was this tire and the Supermoto 110 size tire, right? And so maybe next time Hayes Mega might want to try the 110. This tire will be lighter though. Yeah, it's narrower. There's less material on it. It'll be lighter than the 110. All right, but I don't know. Like, supposedly, you know, what we need to focus on is having the bike handle better. There's nothing wrong with the bike. The bike is plenty fast. I'll tell you that, man. The bike is plenty fast in a straight line, but it's not very fast in the corners. So hopefully we can get our corner speeds up with this sticky rubber. All right, and like I feel like, yeah, we need a better tire than what we're running right now. That's how we're getting killed. But we'll find that out in the next Supermoto USA racing season, how good it does against those other mini bikes. So hopefully we'll be all right. Okay, so yeah, so that's what this video was about. Is Hayes Mega's explanation why we're going to be running two of these tires. All right, these Moto3 front tires, is because the rear tire, it was too wide for that tire that I have on the bike. I don't really want to put a wide or super wide tire on the bike anyways, you know. The bike actually handles better if your tires are skinnier. All right, it tips into the corners more easily, and that's what we want. All right, and then it's a slick tire. It's got it'll have plenty of grip and plenty of contact patch, you know. And then there's yeah, we could have ran the 110 if we wanted to, so we can try that next time. All right, but I think Hayes Mega would rather go for, I want better cornering, you know. I want the bike to be able to go into the corners, dive into the corners a lot faster, you know. If I feel, yeah, so if after this season Hayes Mega feels that the bike is kind of like unstable, you know, then we could try the 110. If the bike is kind of unstable and kind of dancing around all over the place, if I don't feel like it's very safe and stable, then we'll try the 110. The 110 should tame it down if it's too wild, is all I'm saying. All right, so that's the gamble of this time. All right, and I'm pretty sure this tire will last a long time too. So the Sur-Ron doesn't weigh anything, man. All right, it's big out. I also wanted to point out Kevin Vergens. All right, the dude that won the adult. Yeah, the guy that won the adult mini race last season for Supermoto USA, he won with these tires. All right, on his Honda CRF 150R, he used these tires. All right, he used the front and the rear tires, but our tire, he's got much wider wheels than what we do. All right, and the Sur-Ron just can't accommodate those really wide wheels, all right, just because of the chain gets in the way and stuff. So, but yeah, we'll try two of these guys out and we'll see how it does. I can't wait to try. I've never raced with slicks before. So I got the tire warmers and I got the slicks now. So now we're ready to try to kick some ass. All right, here's Big Out.